into it. Because it's like someone felt like, oh, well, that's all they're going to give this, today. But I'm also hearing somebody's nickname could be Bugs or something about bugs. But also somebody to do something. Like this is something that I dealt with personally. But also this is where somebody is going to already know like the intention of what somebody was trying to use with their contract. This is like having a subcontract with some of these, trucking companies where people wanted to do like get the sprinter vans and then do the deliveries for like Amazon or something like that. But this was like somebody waited to get part of like the blue group or part of another company like Spartan or Sparsing type of thing to spam. Um, So you have to be fully aware of what it is. This is what they had did last time when I had purchased like one of my kits. And when I had purchased it, it was like it was supposed to be delivered like that same day, or I was supposed to get it like from like 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. So instead of getting the delivery that day, it got delayed 2 more days. Mind you, I paid for it and it's already on Prime. So someone wanted to use the fact that whenever you got to download something to like use the Bluetooth on it, that would have been a way to gain that the access to corrupt the file or try to say like the phone did that because I remember downloading it on the other little phone, and this time somebody was going to either use somebody from out of the United Kingdom, Nashville, or Japan that they would have had control, and it would have took away from somebody from whatever state a person would have been in. That's why it's important for you to look at whoever is the company or the manufacturing company of a product that you're using, because something is usually like product of China, but this would be a product of like Taiwan or something like that, or Australia, Switzerland, or whatever. But it's like if you look at the location, because every time when it comes to Amazon, when Amazon deliver, it's going to tell you what location, who's packaging in it, who's going to be the carrier, and where it's going to like deliver at. But if you know that there's always a 10-mile radius of in your city where there is a delivery or a processing center. Like for me, Orlando is right here. So there's no reason for any of my products to ever come out of like Davenport or anything. But then when you're in Seminole County, like Orlando have some of the biggest places where they can process your stuff right there. So most of the time, like if you're in big cities like Orlando, Miami, uh, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. If you live Texas, it'd be San Antonio, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas. Houston. Oklahoma will be Oklahoma City. If you live in California, Los Angeles, so forth, so forth. Like whatever major cities that you have there that, travel and things like that, you'll have a processing center. And somebody wanted to use that, the fact that they had this connection with these people, but it's based off of something that they committed a crime like 2 or 3 years ago. So these people are using their subcontracted companies where it still show that on a financial, on their booking, even on the spreadsheet, or even trying to pay these people under the table, because the question would be like, in order for them to get the contract or get the information, it would literally have to say that there's no delivery service from a company in your area to be able to deliver it. So like for us, if you live in Key West or something like that, you probably will get somebody delivering from like the smaller cities on the outskirts of Key West in order to come in that way versus them getting off route to be able to deliver in the main cities like Boca Raton, Bradenton, Sarasota. Like these are all different places, but still like the manufacturing or the processing center will still show that. But somebody may have felt like they was real slick with whatever it was, and it's like somebody desperately need access to a person's phone, but they already cloned it, so they've been trying to like avoid being caught from doing that. Also, probable cause of saying that they didn't need a probable cause due to the fact of them surveillancing or watching somebody. So somebody could have went from county to county, but also if somebody paid attention to who the people were, it's literally gonna be like, oh, we all go to the same church, but under this church, guys, these are people. Like if somebody did something, like in my personal situation, my experience was My son passed on out here in Orlando off of Kirkland at Sariento condominiums. They had surveillance and footage of what happened to my son. But what I end up finding out with that whole issue from when I came back in 2024, the owner, the people that was running some of the places, because some of the people were subcontracting their apartments out of the condominiums, they were from Brazil, they were Portuguese. So when I came back, because them like feeling like, well, damn, if this person is back, we're gonna have to go ahead and have the issue with liability. So when I called some of the attorneys to sit there and talk about like what would have been my ground, because the place was already unfit for my son to be there, for one. Two, everything that I did, there was records of me calling, trying to make sure that everything was okay. But also, I could have went back to at least get the footage to see what happened. So instead of them doing that, them having friends that worked in Orange County, end up having more friends that worked out in Osceola County. So Osceola County, you'll find all the people from Central America, South America, or whatever the case may be. But this was like mainly some people that was like Portuguese and stuff like that, and they can get away with like, participating, being, speaking Portuguese or Spanish. So they'll get away in some of the communities to go ahead and do what it was that they was doing. On top of that, once, they found out like with my family being able to work with them, the key was it's another phone that I have. And when that phone was down, they was using that because they could go to Metro PCS. And with T-Mobile, that's the issue that a lot of people have with T-Mobile, where they been getting breaches. But it's not only that, because a lot of people don't report it to the FTC or the FCC, due to the fact that people working at Metro PCS and they look up people's number without having the warrant and things like that, and they know you have T-Mobile, they'll go look up the telephone number of which phone that you're not really using the data on, and they get off on like using certain people's numbers. And if they cool with these people, they'll go in there and chuck off $1,000 to $1,300 to these people for the week or for the month, because they know you having issues with your phone. And you be like, how they know that? Because shit, if they got access to your telephone number, or they know somebody that work at the T-Mobile or something like that, they do that. They notorious for out doing this in Florida. I'll be the first one to tell you, in Florida, they be doing this shit, especially when people like these motherfuckers be honoring. I don't care what religion, race you trying to think of, black, white, purple, all of them do that shit. Long as they got a connection, they gonna do this shit. For me, they did this shit off the strength whenever I figured out what it was that they was doing at these damn hotels, which some of these places with these Airbnbs, be sure about who the people are over these Airbnbs. Bigger things with the hotels, even then. So like shit, I'll be the first person, go to the adult site when you staying at hotels or something, like go to the adult site 100% out of time. Whenever you go on there, you could tell who's streaming and making money off of that hotel, that Airbnb location, or any type of affiliation that is making money, for whether it's like at any given time it's going to be up to 18 rooms when you stay in a hotel that can possibly be bugged at any given time. It's just up to you to figure out, is it somebody from India? Is it from somebody from Japan? Is it somebody from America, the UK, from your state, your city, your location? They be making money off of that. And it's not only in the black web, it'd be right there in front of your face. Because some people be like, it's on the dark web. Well, the dark web, if you consider watching adult, videos or whatever in your personal time as the dark web, by all means. But 10 times out of 10, you go on there, you can know exactly who's making money off the scene at that time, regardless if it's uploaded, streaming live or not. And most of the time, people just go to the videos and they don't go look to see what's streaming live. But if you go ahead and go see what's streaming live, it will literally show you what hotel rooms, what places, locations. If it's certain people that do it immaturely or whatever the case may be here in the States, and they go out of the country, it will be streamed live exactly where they can go to these places and be like, oh, I know these resorts where you can go vacation and stuff like that. And you go on a vacation and staying in a room and you thinking your conversation is private. It ain't private. It's being streamed live. You just don't know it. So somebody could feel like their only option is that some of these places been getting off on it, is to use that if they know that you do Amazon and they got access to like whatever type of debit card or information and stuff like that, and you get in like machines or things like that. Mine was like my when I was getting like the tattoo machines to print out my pictures, or like the printer when I had a printer, they was using those type of things. Good morning, sweetheart. They was using those pictures at that time to go ahead to install certain things. So whenever you put the Bluetooth on your phone, it would corrupt the phone where you won't be able to use the phone no more. So you either have issues with texting, receiving messages, receiving phone calls. Um, and things like that. So it's like a form of data breach, especially if you don't know what kind of company, or if you got an infrastructure or like the latest model. So they'll tell you like the latest model is supposed to be the 15, but you end up getting like you're supposed to have the 17, you end up with the 15. So for me, whenever they pulled this when I was in Melbourne, I was like, I'm gonna keep all this shit, because when it's time for everybody, lottie dottie, everybody, I'm coming for everybody's pockets. And if you can't afford it, you just won't have to go to prison. I do not care who it is. I do not play about my money. I do not play about my time or my peace. So I'm gonna make sure that any other person that could potentially end up going through this or going through it, let me know, so you can know exactly what to look for, so you can get yourself out of that situation, and you make sure that you get all the justice that you need and deserve at that time, versus you getting lowballed and taken advantage of, and they still try to make you, like basically is punking you or intimidating you for you to not know what is right, and then to take away and feel like this is all you deserve. They feeling like they entitled to certain things. Like I said, if you got Amazon Prime and it ain't coming when it's supposed to be coming, and they delay it, and you find out that it's coming from 3 counties, 3 cities away from where you at, right there and then screenshot it, keep up with that. That stuff start happening way more than what it's supposed to, and you at a location or a place where it shouldn't be like that. Right there be enough for it. But also pay attention to who's delivering it, what company, and those tracking numbers is very, very important, because 100% of the time Amazon had put in place 3 years ago, whether the warehouse workers were aware of it or not, that with those trackers, because this is like it's based on like a military system, but it's not that. It's like a SARS system that they have, that with these tracking numbers, you can know what day that the person did it, what time shift they did, what facility they worked in, and who actually processed it on those floors. And because now they put people in sections, and they be like, oh, I'm over here doing this and I'm gonna go help. They already know the predictability of who could be working in what section, who worked the forklift, who did the organization, who went on ahead and delivered it. Like they already have that set internally. So if Amazon already been with a lawsuit and under heavy investigation due to certain people being involved in very big crime syndics and taking advantage of certain people getting delivery of equipment of where it's getting open inside these facilities. These people putting on y'all clothes before they get into you, putting on your shoes before you get them. There'll be reused or like used shoes, versus you getting the new product. They giving you other products that other people already tried on. Like these will be workers that will put on, like if you ordering shoes, clothes, and things like that, they will put them on in these facility, wear it for a whole day, then take it off to put it back in the box, and then deliver it to you as days. And they're not supposed to do that. So Amazon been doing an internal investigation for the last few months just to figure out at what sections, like this is happening in 25 states. So that's why with their new tracking systems of the TBA thing that they have going on, to track every single last person who's doing the order, who picked up the order, who processed the order, and then if it's outside outsourced companies that's delivering these products, they seeing whose companies that they belong to. So they looking at the LLC, they looking at the contracts, because for Amazon to keep the security of theirs, they hire private investigators to look into these people's LLCs, where they're getting their money from. Because mind you, Amazon is not no small fucking company. It's Jeff Bezos. So that motherfucker is gonna sit there and look into everybody's financial, especially if he feel like he fit to take a hit. So he's looking at like all statewide in these 25 states that's going on. He's looking at every single company, corporation, whether these people are foreign, if they're foreign companies, or they find out that some of these people are foreign dual citizens, they're going after them hard as shit. Like, oh, you got trucking services? Okay, so this trucking services, if they feel like these companies is also doing certain things where there's a list of people purchasing like weapons, holsters, certain type of things from off of Amazon, and they could figure out like if it's being done personally if it's an overusage of like people in a particular city, they're looking into the fact that with those people that have been purchasing this, are they going to particular ranges and things like that, and are they affiliates of other type of things? So somebody been looking into that so they can keep the security of the company, so everybody being thrown under the bus. Amazon has this investigation going on for like, it's like 2 years ago, but like over the last 5 months, 3 to 5 months, they had to go real hard because of what it was that they had negotiated. It was, some of it got leaked, but not all the information. But something that had happened with like somebody that's rich or something, and they got something from there because they just needed to do something. But either like a thing that they got, it corrupted either like their phone or something in their system in their home. And then another three people, they had people test those theories, and when they tested, it was something way bigger than what they had anticipated. So any person that's tied to like real estate and things like that, they've been sitting there looking into people, the companies, the warehouses, if they're tied to any people of street gangs, all of that. Because to keep the integrity of a bigger corporation, I'm gonna have to take down these smaller companies or S corps that is really trying to climb the ladder or the social ladder. This is what it is that they're looking at. But one of them, it has to do with Amazon and their delivery companies of people that are outsourced companies. They're looking into them. So it's like, okay, well, why is it that we keep getting these complaints of these people saying this? It's even where like if y'all doing customer service, it's like you be like, damn, how why am I getting people from India talking to me for customer service here in the States? Or why is this person there? So they've been having to do an internal investigation, like, ain't no way this person is supposed to have this. They done had over 144 complaints about certain people, like, well, why am I not talking to somebody from the United States? Why is this person from Taiwan? Well, why is this person from Singapore? And it's like, yeah, I know we're a global thing, but I'm not global and I'm not outside the state ordering this stuff. So what is this that's going on? Good morning. So with Amazon, they have been investigating that, and like currently over the last few months, what they have gathered, and these were people that are independent contractors delivering people packages, because it's like people purchasing packages where they get laptops, computers, and stuff like that, and it's destroyed. Um, they're getting certain type of Bluetooth things, and when they connect in the Bluetooth is messing up the phone or it's not working all the way. So they've been having to look into that as well. But also with some of the delivery companies where they sitting there saying it's delivered and you go outside and the package is not there. Um, or they outsourcing it to UPS, and it's like, well, how come you wasn't able to get this, and what's going on with it? And they finding out that for somebody, like, there's internal corruption with some of these places where they've been targeting certain people. Like, if you live in a predominantly like Jewish neighborhood, or you live, near the hood or particular areas or stuff like that, they've been targeting people like, well, they don't deserve to get their packages anyway, so I can delay it for another 3 days. But it's not the Amazon company itself. That's the problem. But these are people that are sourced or contracted or end up getting contract to work through Amazon to like deliver or to, bring certain things from the courier. These are people that's doing something more illegal than what it is that they anticipated. So internally, this is where the last few months, for somebody over the last since September to now, they've been able to change the system numbers to go ahead to track exactly who, like whoever got those little scanners inside Amazon. They've been sitting there using the scanners from it, like, okay, well, this was assigned to Sarah. I know Sarah is not on my work schedule, but the fact that she's not on the work schedule, who used this to scan it? And the fact that it got scanned, who caused them to scan this and not give it to our truckers first in our company before they outsourced it for delivery. So it's starting to show that there's like subcontracting, and some of y'all people could have been like either involved in some type of court cases, retaliations, things like that. If you had a case during the time where you're like, okay, I'll just order it or get it delivered, this is where it is, where they're realizing at the same time, like, oh, these people really been trying to get over. Or if they knew that you had evidence or something about a situation and they wanted to keep quiet, because there's a female that's like a prominent figure in somebody's state or city that's been like, I'm when I say this motherfucker been running like terrorists, like this bitch is a terrorist basically at this time. And it's like over 25 people have said the same complaint, like when I purchased this type of kit, it could be like a printer, it's something to do with printers, but then them trying to override the system, and you trying to use Bluetooth, like you can sit down and then you can use Bluetooth to print it out. Then all of a sudden your phone not working, or you realize that you ain't receiving phone calls or text messages delayed, you're not receiving pictures or something like that, or you realize like you getting an overabundance or overflow of emails and stuff like that. Somebody wanted to stop your pictures or something that you had going on because it's proof and evidence about some sort of crime that's going on around you, whether you're aware of it or not. But somebody in your city been doing something they ain't got no business. Like for me, it'll be like my Amazon stuff. Like I had hair products where it was already contaminated or it'll be open or broken. Um, was it last year? Last year I purchased like a tattoo kit, but the printer, when I got that printer and I connected it to my phone got corrupted. Like I couldn't open it, I couldn't unlock it, I couldn't use anything to it because they basically had took over the control. Like they hacked the motherfucker. And I was like, oh damn, you elaborate little sons of bitches. And I was like, well, I should have took the precaution to go ahead to set the phone in a different setting. And the fact that I didn't do that, it gave them leeway to go ahead to take control over it. But it also, on that same phone, I had more evidence of people that was doing crimes from here where I stayed at and from Puerto Rico to me coming back, because it was tied into a legal action that took happened with my son that passed on in 2021. Because they were supposed to give me the surveillance of the cameras, because there were cameras behind the building, for me to know what happened to my son and how he got out and what direction he went in. And instead of them releasing the video, they didn't want to be held liable for what it was that happened. So ever since then, it's been like these same people been running amok. When I say like the annoyance is like through the roof. So they've been sitting there trying to play it with like, oh, it's a church thing and all that. That's why I'll be like, man, fuck all that shit. But for somebody, it's like somebody felt that they was gonna keep this quiet or like get over on a group of people. So some of y'all be mindful of what that is. Of course, I already know. I already know. I'm gonna get my money regardless. I'm not even tripping on none of that. I'm gonna get what it is because I was like, let my products be contaminated, and it's just simple stuff, detergent and stuff like that. So I was like, if anything happened and there's an influx of something, I already know you keep up. Like I'm gonna tell you, anytime that you get anything and they give you a tracking number, and the beautiful thing about Amazon is gonna tell you what location, who's processing it, who's picking it up, or whatever the case may be, the location, the time, the radius, that's important. Also, those numbers where it says TBA, anytime it says TBA on there, just already know that somebody already is looking to outsource it to somebody else to deliver to you. So it's like when you know you live in a major city, the major city already have enough stock and supply for them to do their deliveries. But whenever you live in the outsourced, like outskirts of certain bigger cities, that's the only time that they actually subcontract and let those people to deliver on the behalf of the bigger ends, right? So for somebody that right there, when you see that TBA is just them trying to figure out who they're going to figure out to deliver those things, and there's no reason to do it. So for somebody, just know what it is that's within your city, but also don't get overly stressed, but make sure you have dress right dress, meaning cross your T's, dot your I's, to already know exactly when you were supposed to get it, receive it, the tracking number, the delays, how many days that certain things are delayed and things like that. So you know exactly how to get your money refunded if anything happens. So if you lose out on source on your phone, you can go ahead and put like, your cell phone company, how much you pay for your cell phone bill, what type of phone you got, so you can get a whole brand new phone. If the data is getting lost or missed on there, and it was due to whatever the evidence that you had to have to cover this type of stuff, you will be able to cover all your expenses off the expense of what somebody was trying to do to keep you from either receiving something, stopping something, because some of y'all could have been delivering stuff for your company or your business, even if you don't have your LLC up or whatever. It's something, whether you trying to start projects and stuff like that, and they're delaying it, and it was no reason for it, and you got prime, that right there be just a tall tale for you to already know. Pin their ass to the motherfucking wall. Pin them to the wall. Because whenever they feel like they getting over on, it's like, you don't deserve it. Who the fuck are you to sit there and feel entitled to something that this person spent their hard money for to get? Because somebody is literally making themselves seem guilty. Like somebody had a court case. I don't know what type of court cases y'all been dealing with, but it's somebody that could be in their damn 50s. Somebody could be 50s or in their 50s or 60s. That's literally like so desperate to feel like, to make you feel like you're not speaking the truth about something, or got proof on what it is that they've been doing, or trying to do something to keep you quiet, and it's basically proven itself because something happened 2 days ago that basically already put the person as guilty as charged of however they don't want to look like. They already look guilty because it's like, why are you here in this area? Because it's something about them being in an area where you used to be 2 weeks ago or like a week ago, and then it's like 8 days ago, and then up to like 4 days, or somebody like yesterday, where these people like literally, it looks like they trying to chase you around or some shit like that. It's crazy. But it's like certain type of things, immediate action is going to be taken on these same group. For somebody, it could be up to 4 people to 20 people that's involved at this time. So like, if it's like certain type of noise complaints or something like that coming in towards you, or it's like you go to place and they try to make a police report, it's like, why is this person's name over here in this police station? Their name was just over here, and then their name was over here. Why is their name here? What is this with a police? What's this complaint again? So it's like something that's going to basically allow it to be known exactly who this is, because somebody has some type of organization or foundation that they started in like 1994 or 2014, 2018 for some. So 94, 2004, 2008, 2014, and 2018. Their company is going to be tied to whatever it is of a charity, foundation, resource, donation, 501c. It's literally going to be tied to money going to certain people or places to be involved in this. So like, instead of you getting a brand new wrap product, you're going to end up receiving something, and you're going to be like, why is it not in the package? Or it's supposed to be sealed, untampered with. Somebody, you're going to end up opening something and you're going to know it's been tampered with. Because this is like, these are people feeling like there's no eyes on them. So since ain't nobody really paying attention, you ain't going to know that they done switched out. Like, oh, they got this product. Okay, well, I know such and such that work down in Davenport and the one in Apopka, so I can switch out what they gave me in Davenport into the one in Apopka. And it's like the package you're getting is tampered with, versus it's supposed to be fully sealed, fully closed, and everything like that. And they making sure that it don't look like that, because it's like, well, you don't know what the packages is going to come in, so how would you know that it got tampered with? But it's like, oh, well, ain't nobody going to see me switch it out. And it's going to be like somebody realizing at another location at that same time, 4 hours apart, that those same products came up. But it's like, okay, well, it's only 4 orders, but I'm looking at the 4 orders and they are like at 4 completely different locations. So why is it from this location to that location? What was the necessity of it? So somebody could already know, like somebody working distribution, logistics, or whatever. And it's just like, literally just trying to keep testing the patience, because I'm getting somebody, they're testing somebody's patience at this point. Somebody's really testing these people's patience. It's like, are they really looking to insult my intelligence on what the hell they've been trying to do? So like, whatever this group is, because they felt like they was going to get like a continuance to be able to do this shit all the way until like June, or they had started to do this shit around like June 19th of last year. So last June, and then they wanted to keep carrying this out until all the way until June this year. And I'm getting somebody like, hell no. Like somebody feel like they've been disrespected, because it's like, oh, y'all been trying to avoid justice because this is what the fuck you've been doing. So something over the last 6 months, the right people have been seeing this, but also like y'all as individuals have to catch it as well, because they can only do so many things for so many people. So with the fact that they're only able to do so many things at so many times. It's just them being able to keep up with what it was. So you need to make sure you keep document as well, so the documents can match up with these people. But also for somebody, you keeping documents is actually backing up whatever it is going on at this time, and them looking to stop the fact that you have documentation is also proving another point for those people that's doing what it is that they need to do, is also proving that. So you speaking up, you writing it up, you sending certain things. If you got to go on the website to send in certain type of complaints, do that as well. Because the more that you do that, the more that they're willing. Because I feel like Amazon is under this disguise where they're basically willing to compensate certain people once you go ahead and send in that complaint, like, hey, this came in this type of way, or you go on there with your orders and stuff like that, where I had to sit there and document with the orders of what it was that I wasn't receiving, where it was getting put at, and things like that. Some of them was on my shorts or in my videos that I talked about last year, that I would show on live exactly how it was. And it was like trying to make it seem like I was paranoid and stuff. It was like I wasn't paranoid. It'd be times where I get the detergent versus trying to go to the store because I don't have a car. That the soap I got, it like irritated my skin really, really, really fucking bad. I was like, I'm not even allergic to this type of detergent. Why would it irritate my skin? And then I ended up getting one of those testing packages, and it like basically let me know it was something else in there that was placed in there that wasn't supposed to be in there. So it's just like, just be mindful and be fully aware of this, because for somebody it's just like they want to call you crazy, but it's like, shit, you got to be a crazy ass person to be so desperate to sit there and do that to people's products and things like that. Like, you're destroying somebody's life intentionally because you're doing something that you don't want to be found out, or a truth. Like, the truth will set you free, but don't sit there and try to impede on other people's stuff and then try to make them look crazy, and you're the one actually that's fucking crazy. But it's also the fact of the matter where certain people keep doing certain things. It's like, y'all just be fully fucking aware. Also, someone could be upset because it's like, how is it that you know about this? Someone's name could be Hausenberg. Somebody could be German. So somebody could be like from Germany or something like that, or just very like have a background of that, like, oh, if you a white person or something like that, and I apologize, because it's like somebody could like have grandparents or relatives that were part of the Holocaust, and they feel like you could want to speak up or something like that. Somebody be prepared that a person's going to try to either taunt you or do something because they feel like, oh shit, like either you waking up to something happened or something was wrong or is misplaced or something like that. Somebody's about to throw that about like somebody's background in somebody's face. Somebody do not want me to tell a person about these. That's whoever somebody is. This is like a form of like trying to get you into submission, like you better do what it is that I said, like, and somebody speak up or something like that, or call that fucking person out, because they gonna say something real disrespectful. Because I feel like somebody's relatives used to be like uh part of concentration camps or something like that back in the day, and somebody gonna say something real off the wall that I'm getting like somebody could have been cool with a person you hang out, used to probably either play golf or some shit like that, or it's like politics, or it could be after work or something like that, sports or something, kids go to the same place, or fellowship, but somebody's realizing like this person is not of the Lord. Like, I apologize if some of y'all really like, do the right thing in the church, but whoever this is like a person that puts on a facade. Like, you would be like, ain't no way a person is literally like this, and someone's fit to find out based on the conversation. Because I'm getting like this could be a female that's in like some type of spotlight or a pillar, and she's gonna come to you in hopes that you're gonna do something, and she gonna mumble something under her breath, and I'm just hearing somebody saying, I beg your pardon, can you say that to me one more time? I just want to make sure I heard you right. And you're gonna end up either coming in and hearing, overhearing the conversation, and I'm meant to tell somebody, you heard what the fuck you heard. Somebody, you heard what you heard. It's either they made like a Jewish joke, a Holocaust, or some type of shit, or it was something that was said where somebody's like, "Did I mishear what I heard?" And you did not mishear what you heard. Somebody did not, you did not mishear what you heard. Somebody's name could be Herbert, Herbertson, Herbert, Albertson, Albert, Allegory. So this could be doing with the legal team in some shape, form, or fashion, or this could be in a hospital as well. Because with Allegory, you'll usually use that in the jargon, whatever it comes to like the financial or director department of like medical providers. So ethics, so the ethic code, so there was an ethic code violation. This could be happening in a all women's clinic association group, or in a women's clinic, a pediatric center, or a fertility clinic. So somebody that could be participating in this be going to a fertility clinic because it's like somebody really wanted a baby. They could be from like somebody could be foreign or something like that, and they want a baby, so they wanted to do like IVF or go get fertility treatments. So overhearing certain type of conversation in the lobby. This is like someone not being paying attention that somebody could have recorded this conversation. Because somebody could have been planning to do IVF or something like that back in July, or had fertility issues over the last 7 years, and they went like 30 days ago, and whatever it was that they was running their mouth with, or they could have been like with somebody with the corporation, a leader of a corporation or a group. Definitely something to do with like either fertility, gynecology. Somebody could have went for like a breast augmentation or something, or breast examination. So somebody could be in their 40s or above. Somebody could have went to the podiatrist to get their feet looked at. Let me just go ahead and get a screenshot of that so we can just make sure, because y'all with this weird stuff, let me go ahead and get you removed respectfully. One of these people, like if you was going to look into this and investigate, it's either a company or a group organization developed in 1997 or 2012 or 2019. For somebody else, 2014. And then like the company or the group or the real estate, like commercial real estate realtor, they could have got a contract with these people around 2014 to 2023. That's tied with this fertility group or company where they was allowing like 7 to 18 people to go in to go help. One of these people could have been a huge donator from Louisiana. It's like people coming in for dentures or teeth, like somebody's missing a whole bunch of teeth, and it's like they were supposed to help them get some dentures or something like that. Somebody could be Cajun. Swamp food. So geech is swamp food. That'd be like Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. If it's Alabama, it's just like the southern skirts of Alabama. Like Dothan, Troy, Laverne, Troy. Possibly can go up to Birmingham, but I feel like that's going too far. I'm not picking up on too much on Montgomery, but Birmingham, Selma, and stuff like that. Troy, Laverne. but it is something with ethic codes. Someone's gonna hear somebody say today, either in a group meeting or it's just like somebody pacing, getting mad. It's like, but it's like literally someone wants to, how do they know? And I'm just seeing somebody like, what are you talking about? And it's like, how do they know? And it's like, how would they not know? Like, how long do you think this is gonna go on? Someone's name could be Noel or Joel or Joella or Mary Joe. Somebody's name could be like Mary Joe. The last name Scott. Scottson, Jotson, Jetson, Jetsonson. Those names is coming through. Kalashkovich, oh, Kalashkovich, or something like that. That it's a foreign last name, so that could be like Russian or somewhere in Europe. Kalashkovich or Kavashkits. Somebody could be from overseas. Nummingbergs, something like that. Somebody's definitely got a European last name, but they're American bred raised. So August 11th to November could be important. Ofrita, ofrita. Dici pronto. Dici pronto. Asia pronto. Somebody could be like Italian. If it's not Italian, this is like a form of Portuguese because Portugal, Italian have some similarity forever it is because that's not too much Dutch. Somebody born in 78. 1973 and 1974. 75 as well in 1977. The person that's running the digital marketing could be born in 1998. So they could be using some kids that are in high school. Like they could be at their junior, senior year, 2008 and 2009 kids. Somebody could be using a kid just as like they could be like 15, so they could be like what, 9th, 10th grade. Someone's last name is Knight. McKnight or Knightson. Nianson. So whenever you mix niacin with other certain type of chemicals, it can actually cause a reaction whenever it's mixed in with particular creams. So whenever you puncture in the skin and you mix niacin into something else or particular tubes without knowing, it can cause skin irritant. Somebody was hoping this caused some type of skin irritant or like cause the skin to bubble up. It's like somebody's like literally mentally ill to go this far to do that, because it's like for you to know that a particular chemical is needed to put into a certain place or a tubing, because it's literally somebody may feel like ain't nobody seeing this shit. This is no different than like how this dude did on TikTok where he went into the store, he opened up the food package, and you know how they take those little seals where it can close it right back as if it wasn't open. Somebody been found doing that for like the last 8 to 10 months to certain people that's been getting like food deliveries or drink deliveries, or it's like taking like somebody could own like a grocery store. Like for me, it happened for me. They knew the people out there in St. Cloud, and then when it come from like St. Cloud, like if I got it for Amazon, they was able to get away with it. But then when they went on ahead and made a subcontract, they made this escrow account up there where the apartment I was staying at. So the couple that did the escrow account, they felt like, oh, well, we can get away with it. Wouldn't nobody ever look into it? But whenever they looked into the escrow account of the two people, of the couple that opened it to let these people know, like, hey, this is the apartment that we're going to be looking after, and these are the apartments that we want to rent out from you, that you can keep it on a sublease, and they were subleases from 6 to 8 months for each person to stay there. Whenever they'll switch out the people who they wanted to bring along to go ahead to stalk a person and try to show a fake warrant, like, hey, we're doing a surveillance, and these people are not doing no surveillance. They actually stalking or targeting a person trying to cause harm. And then whenever they'll sit there and go talk to some of these people in the city or your county or whatever, this is how they was able to get away with something for so long. But some of these people, like I said, these would be people into that voodoo, hoodoo, santeria, brujeria, santeria, all the same fucking shit. It's all either voodoo or hoodoo. It ain't nothing else. They want to just call it bruja, santa. It ain't no saint in it if you sitting there trying to do something, stop, to harm, hurt somebody in their life, or block somebody from something, or literally create an illusion in hopes that you use certain type of things that a person may not know, or cognitive, to create an issue with a person. And these are people, if these are people that work in the police or judicial system, there is just much as fucking shock. Like, these people really was using this to get over on people, and then really trying to submit, like, oh, we're in church or whatever, and the motherfuckers ain't doing nothing churchly to these people. So it's like a form of disrespect. It's like, how you gonna sit here and try to play this shit? Like, I would be pissed off too. Like, how dare you sit there and interrupt some other people? Yeah, discernment. It's like, oh, yeah. These people, it's like, how do you understand and grasp the concept without you being a willing participant in these type of crimes? When you understand it enough, the reason being why you stay the fuck away from it, because you know the depths of how far certain people are going to take it. And when you already know they're going to take it there, why would you sit there and participate? That's like basically saying, I'm miserable just as much as the next miserable person. I'm not for to participate, but I'm going to see how far you're going to go. So if I sit there and I get bored enough to deconstruct the whole plan of what your thought process is, to do that, to intentionally feel like I'm going to gaslight you and stonewall you into a place of submission, that's the dumbest thing that you can do whenever you can figure out how deep and how desperate the person has to be. Because when desperation kicks in, the only option that they're going left to do is either be passive aggressive or superly abundantly, and it's no longer covertly, being aggressive. So the ultimate result is going to show the hand of the person intentionally wanting to cause harm, whether it's mentally, verbally, psychologically, financially. It literally will show its hand, regardless of what it is, of they trying to covertly trying to hide. And it's not covert whenever you already know that this is like the end game. Well, it's not even the end game. It's predictable at that point. Especially whoever could be working with something to do with people's health, man. Like, this is not like right now. I would even say to June, because I feel like some of these people may feel like they got to June or September, but for some people it will be, because they know certain people are not hip to it or waking up to it, or they hoping that they can get to certain people to keep enough people quiet to not either testify, speak up, give up any type of information or what is possibly known. So I'm just getting a person backtracking to everybody, which that was a predicted move, that these people would literally go back to people that were willing participants in the crime to get them to make sure that they won't say anything or give up any evidence or say that they met up or they knew each other or something like that. So somebody's already like showing based off of, oh, we did this event. Somebody's naming their events as seminars, learning seminars. It's like, wink, wink, it's a seminar, but it ain't no damn seminar. Somebody literally just trying to figure out this is how you create the business, and the fucking business is this is how I tell you to shut the fuck up. Because some of these seminars, like I said, scam city, when you know they trying to do the scam, it's gonna be based on a seminar. And the only way that they try to do that, especially when they know that these are Eastern Stars or Masons, how I'm gonna keep you quiet. We having a seminar for our group and organization, so you can get some more money, so we can make it seem like, certain people. That's why inner and outer work is very, very important, because that's the first thing that they go to attack, to hope that you're not healed enough to catch on to what it is. Somebody's name could be Bruhilda or Matilda, Helga or Olga, Hilda, Rilda, or Melinda. Heavy on that name, Maritza. I'm pretty sure I said that name yesterday. Yeah, this is like wanting to keep something from not saying something. Divine revelation reveals message have the power to destroy. Somebody knows something that they did last August to November will literally destroy everything that they have going on right now. Especially if something about October 8th, April 17th, whatever somebody did on April 8th, the 10th, and the 17th will literally just bring down the whole house regardless. So whatever somebody met up back in August 8th, or what they did, or a location that they like designated to go meet up at, it was certain people that was doing something, and they got proof of it. Something that happened over like 16 to 18 times. So if you were meant to get something that they stalled out, yo, for me to bring up Shady Records, Polypar or Polydor, it's been going for 113 years. Imagine that. This record company be going for 113 years. You do the math. And for me to do the research, I was like, okay, if Slim Shady was part of Universal Music and Interscope, why would you be part of Polydor? And then like his biggest crowd of people that he get major supporters of is brown and black people. But for you to be with Polydor, that was one of the biggest companies that was Jim Crow and apartheid. So did somebody ask for a favor to keep something quiet, to do something? But also it'll prove a point that something that happened back in 1998 or between 2008. Somebody's using the shield. Somebody's using the shield. And it could be proven. Like physically, like if it's globally, it could literally be proven. So now it's getting to a point where somebody was like, do you mind coming into our association or organization, or like, hold up. If these people are going to be a part of it, like for somebody, if somebody asks you to become an initiate or come into the group, if they ain't going to get rid of about 8 to 18 people, hell no, don't do it. That's like you trying to ask me to work with my fucking enemy. Like what? Where we do this at? Like they intentionally was sitting there doing something. It's the intent. Teach somebody how to love or how to heal type shit. Because somebody know that this is something that can get somebody 25 to life. Something can literally get a group of people. Somebody's name could be Arthur. Somebody's name could be King. Because somebody could be sitting there like, ain't no way my fucking, my kids, or like these are celebrity kids and they got involved in some shit and really just thought they was popping some shit or something like that. And it's like, you know how sometimes celebrity kids or, people that grew up in the industry and shit like that, and then they find out like they find their little sexuality, or they sit there going to the Hub Awards and they got involved in this and they found out that some of this stuff that these people do with these adult film stars and shit like that, and it comes with certain things. But somebody gonna find out like, I know you ain't, I know your ass ain't fucking participating in this shit. But it's like some of these like, where I have a problem with it. If you a fucking celebrity, why the fuck you let them do this shit? Like everybody ain't even on that. But also at the same time, why bother somebody? Just give it to them. Like if you want something to stay quiet, why you didn't give this to a person sooner? It ain't no fucking way. If I'm up here at the top, I'm making all this money, and my kids do that, I'm finna pop your ass. Because if not, I'm gonna turn your ass in my motherfucking self. You is not finna fuck up everybody else's security stability because you want to be stupid and feel like you part of a crowd that is basically irrelevant. If you don't know your body yet, you don't know your body yet. Shit, everybody like to be freaky, but using this type of shit to go ahead to target other people just because you feel like you got it, or you using mommy and daddy's money. First of all, because you wouldn't even have it if your mama or daddy didn't have it. This is like trying to convince people somebody have a drug fucking habit or some shit like that. Or saying that a person is traumatized. Like I used to hate when people say that, like, I might have been hurt or whatever, but you don't ever come to it. You might be a victim, and I'd still consider a fucking victim, but I'm not gonna let that overtake anything. Like, oh well, why happened to me? Why did it not happen to me? I'm glad that it happened to me because at least I was one of the people strong enough to speak the fuck up to make sure that I help other people. Like either you get the awareness, either you gonna get it or you don't get it. But that is not up to me to sit there and force it in your head. Either you're gonna choose to listen or you're gonna choose not to. Everybody got a choice in the decision to make in their own life. And when you're fully aware of that, you're not gonna take it personal if they don't. But the ones that actually want to get out and tired of being like, whoa, it's me or this happened, like motherfucker, you gonna listen. I'm pretty sure you'll listen. You'll get it. But hopefully you get it in time versus when it's too late. Because whenever you get caught up in this type of stuff, some people don't make it out that shit alive. And that's just a fun fact. Some people don't make it out alive. Or if they do make it, they ain't in the condition where they can get a chance to enjoy certain things to the full capacity because you didn't want to fucking heal. It's not a whoa, it's me. Okay, yeah, they might have made me a victim, but however, a victor, it seems a little bit better than being a victim at the same time. And even in the victimhood, you can take on the accountability and responsibility of what it is that you can do with the work of what's going on. You do the work to heal in the process. Oh, my parents, man, fuck them. Okay, they just don't know no better, and if they choosing not to do better because they are adults as well, that's solely on to them. But you are also a fucking adult, and you're accountable for all the actions and things that you choose to do at that point in time. Or am I wrong about that? I'm pretty sure it's logical thinking. It's really sounding like logical thinking. I'm going to give you a handler, but the handler I'm going to give you barely knows how to grasp the concept of their own fucking emotions or being accountable for what it is that they're going through. There's no fucking way. That's like already trying to do a sport or try to make a game, and the person is the developer of the fucking game. There is somebody sitting here watching me like, ain't no way that you make logical sense of certain shit that this would take people 4, 5, 10, 12 years to comprehend, and you're able to comprehend this just like that. Not to mention certain things that's supposed to be dummy proof, you can make it dummy proof in just the quickness like that. Ain't no fucking way. Somebody is like, they're mind boggled. Welcome, good morning. Please make sure if you're gonna come on here this morning, act like you got some sense. Please act like you got some sense. Because a lot of this is supposed to, like, I feel like this is common sense. But, again, as I say, my common sense is not the next person's common sense. But common courtesy, we all should have some of that, but not always. Yeah, because somebody feel like it's like they're not innocent. Somebody want to prove like somebody is not innocent. They're not who they say they are. Like, what? Energy is energy. If you can ever come to a place and you get calm, because I'm getting somebody came, it might have been this morning before I got off, not the one from last, but earlier before I got off to go to sleep. Somebody said in that live and was like, why do I feel so fucking calm? Why do I feel calm? You're going to feel calm in the presence of certain people, whether it's on the screen, whether it's physically in person, whether it's face to face, whatever the case may be. When you can feel that type of calm, that right there lets you know that that person is not in the midst of trying to look to or even create chaos. Literally. If you know that the people coming in and they're like texting you, hey, get up this morning, go check this out. Who's really the person in hostility? If you're sitting here and the person that's coming in with the hostility and you realize like, well, shit, they sitting here texting me, so I know they're not sitting there watching it right now because they pissed off because they viding to me right now on this video call. Not knowing I'm listening from my other device to see at the same time that this person's calm as shit. I don't have nothing against them. I'm just trying to understand or look into something. And meanwhile, while you sitting there looking, it's just like, I'm calm. Why the, uh, hmm. But also at the same time, while you sitting there listening to the person, if you sit there and tune it out and you just listen, you're like, damn, why I'm getting frustrated? Why do I? It's called, that's an energy exchange. It's like a person texting you to talk shit about another person, and you'd be like, okay, why are you sitting here doing this when you have a chance to make a resolution? You choosing not to, and everybody else is just sitting there, waiting for you to make the move, because we're not going to make the move until we know that you actually made the move. But also at the same time, how can we do anything if you're not taking the precaution? You're stalling out. So if we go ahead and make this move, you realize that it makes everybody look guilty, because somebody already know if they decide to go ahead and do something right now, they know for a fact once they do that, there's no going back. Everybody else is going to seem like you guilty. Period, point blank. So it's like, I'm looking to give you a courtesy. I'm giving y'all courtesy. Okay. Giving y'all courtesy because I'm tired of sitting here. Like, it's literally somebody like, I'm tired of sitting here. It's not complaining, but shit. It's getting to a point where I'm tired of getting called out on my bullshit. Or even on the fact that I even participated, but also on a political, or got to politically do certain things in a correct way, or just not to make no I wouldn't say like make noise, but it's like shit. I'm trying to make the stance to do the right thing, but also at the same time, me making this decision to do the right thing, it'll still make everybody in the rest of the organization look guilty as hell. So how are you being fair to the rest of your colleagues, your peers, or everybody else in the organization? Because I'm ready to get this done with. I'm ready to get this over with. But you still want to stall out. Okay, what are you stalling out for? Who are you stalling out for? This is more or less where somebody could see like, okay, you're making this person's point beyond valid, and the fact that it's beyond valid, you're forcing my hand. It's like somebody is forcing some people's hands. It's like, no way I'm going to sit here and just do that. But also at the same time, if I can see that there's an opportunity for me to fix something, create something, investment, whatever the case may be, whether it's a safe haven or whatever the fuck it is the person needs, you in my way to be able to fix that. For somebody, just be able to do that. Like for somebody, whoever is watching me right now, and it's something, I don't know where you live, I don't know what city you're in or whatever, because there's some people that coming in, it's like, I don't want to hear this shit. I ain't talking to them fuck ass people. I'm talking to the ones who's actually genuinely sitting here, and you kind of like a little bit, looking to understand what it is that I'm saying. I'm talking to y'all that is like, look, I'm going to do what I'm able to do to make something happen. I'm here to tell somebody, the sooner that you do this, I don't know if you're going to be doing this in hours or within a couple of days. When you decide to do this, and this is a prophecy, and this is how you're going to see what is going to happen immediately. First, it's only going to happen to like maybe about 2 to 3 of you. For some of you, it's up to 12 to 25 people of whatever decision you decide to make. I do not know what city. I do not know what state. I do not know what country you live in or where you're from. But whoever it is where there was a huge wrongdoing, and you're seeing something a little bit or a lot more clearer now, the moment that you decide to do something and it's coming genuinely from the heart, because it's like, damn, we all mess up sometimes. Whatever choice you deciding to do, I don't know if it's business, if it's a job, if it's investment, if it's a home car, I don't know what it is that you're going to decide to do. But whoever you're going to go do it for, okay? Immediately, for somebody within 3 hours, I don't know what problem or issue that you have. I don't know if it's doctor wise, health wise, for somebody that shit's gonna clear up. Somebody you're gonna get like a blessing. It's just gonna be that one thing. I don't know if you got other things going on, but it's something major that is like, I ain't mean to go through this or whatever it is. It's gonna clear up what it is. It's literally gonna clear it up. Whether this is in business, if your business was declining, you're going to see stability and security. If this was contracts, if this something is going to be healed. Listen here, Kalisa White, find you something safe to do, bruh. You fix it with problems. I was glad to do what you did. I'm glad that you're glad to do what it is that you did, because maybe you are the person that they're going to make sure you take the fall for it. Like, why brag about something of causing harm to other people? But whatever it is, for somebody that's actually genuine, like trying to be here to do better, this is like a person that they're just happy or whatever it is of doing deprivation of others. No, you didn't really do that. You didn't do your big one. So whatever big one that you're feeling like you did, it really just made you look like an idiot that you are. And the fact that you come in here to sit there to impede on other things, it makes sense why you're a lesbian now, okay? Like, do better with yourself. Let me go make sure that you're out my way, because that was like a clear distraction, and I'm not in the debate mood to argue with people. Like, I was doing good the other day, and then when I snapped, it was actually pretty funny. But anyways, liberation. So for somebody, just be mindful. Because it's literally like somebody literally trying to create frenzy in the energy of people. Because this is like coming in with a lot of hostility to make a person be very aggressive. For me, I have to be standoffish. I do not know if you being nice. I don't know if you trying to be genuine, because it's been so much disingenuine stuff that I don't mind. If you speak, I speak. You trust and believe that the energy is going to be given. I'm like very, very calm, very chill. Like yesterday, I gotta share this with you. Yesterday, I saw the prettiest little baby. Oh my gosh, that little girl was so beautiful. When I say beautiful, I thought that baby was a doll. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I had to share that with somebody because she was just so adorable. But for somebody else, back to the regular programming. Someone's like, "Are you weak for kids?" Not really. Because this was like some of these people, somebody's name could be Manili. When I say that little girl, her eyes was like a grayish, greenish color. It was like a gray, greenish, hazel color. It was so pretty. But but it was also part of like the gig where these are people that are like swingers and they want to do unicorns, but they like to have the person to come in to come watch the kids that they feel like got like a soft energy to be with kids, and then like to compensate the person to camouflage while they're still laying with you. But also, this was still a form of trafficking. So somebody could want like a person to be gullible to the fact that they was like, well, I could give you a nanny job and you really good with kids, and I seen that you're really good with kids. So in order to go ahead and renege for what it is that we're doing with this, they would try to hire a person for like an in-home nanny or something like that, and then hopes that, knowing that you're really good with kids and stuff like that, well, since you're good with kids, I can help you with this kind of case, and then ease their way from of it. But also, these are people that got fantasies and fetishes, like, oh, we want this one. Like, it's literally was something like that. Like, the energy was so giving us. I was like, listen, y'all little freaky asses, if y'all don't go somewhere about y'all business, like, I could see if it wasn't nothing. Like, I'm just sitting like, y'all freaky. But it's like they wanted to offer a job like that, but it was like from somebody within the community. Like, it's crazy. Also, for somebody out here in the energy, it's somebody that could literally like be in awe of a person, because it's like, how are you so non judgmental about what it is that people choose to do? It's your life. And I won't ever forget that. It's your life. What you choose to do on your personal time has nothing to do with the next person at all. If that's something that y'all choose to do, that's what y'all choose to do. Are you happy? Are you secure? Okay. Make sure that, the people, whenever you choose to do it, just make sure everybody is a willing participant in it. Don't have them drawn into a situation unintentionally to the person without their knowledge or feeling as if they wouldn't be fully aware of it. That's just wrong. That's just messed up. But however, in a bigger type of aspect, ain't nobody the right person and the right people in your energy that's surrounding you. They're not judging you about it. That wouldn't even be a concern to them at all. Like for me, if you ever encounter me and you be like, you tell me something off the wall, and you'll be like, you're not gonna flinch. There's no judgment. I'm gonna tell you straight up to your face. I didn't even know that I was supposed to judge you. Was I supposed to judge you? Was it? I'm just looking to understand what type of reaction, because clearly you're looking for a reaction, and the response is, and I care because, and it's not to be dismissive, but it's like, I care because. That means you putting too much care and then too much responsibility on me to have the same care to be concerned about judging you in the first place. That's how you know it's genuine. Are you happy? Are you safe? Is anybody getting taken advantage of it? Any harm going on? No? Is everybody willing participants? Yes? Okay. Guess what I get to do? I have to get to go on by my goddamn business. And so do you. And we're going to carry on with whatever conversation about what we're going to kiki kaka about, whatever the case may be. You want to talk about the galaxy and the moon? We can talk about the stars and the pools. It don't matter. Long as we sing, it's authentic, it's genuine, it's at peace, and nothing is getting out of disarray, and you're not doing something to put anybody else's health, livelihood in jeopardy. Why should I be upset? Is it humane? Is anybody getting hurt in that process? And if the answer is no to any of that, then why is it in my concern? Oh, you want to talk about it, or you just need somebody to talk about it? Shit, you want to talk about your freaky escapades? By all means, be my guest. Okay? Well, I feel a little guilty because I got. What you feeling guilty for? You act like you gotta go into church and tell everybody that you're doing it. Okay, I'm aware of it. You're aware of it. I don't care about it, but you do. But I care about it because you care about it in this moment, and that's important, right? Isn't that the point of authenticity and genuinity? To be genuine with a person. I'm just trying to understand it. Because I ain't got the greatest social skills, but I know that what it takes for you to be caring of a person's emotional well-being or what it is that they're talking about, I'm going to be attentive to those needs with no judgment. Because when I put judgment on it, I'm putting a restriction on you. And when I put that restriction on you, you're going to feel confounded as if you are not able to be yourself wholeheartedly. What's up? Well, good morning, sweetie. How you doing, sugar plum? But the facts are the facts. When you really just genuine with a person, it's nothing that you're going to say to do to me to move me about what it is that's making you genuinely happy and it's at peace. Long as you ain't talking about, I'm just dismembering and strangling a person. It's like, whoa, flag on the plate, slow down. Why we got to go to that? You know what I'm saying? Just long as you're not willing to be weird with me, we are okay with whatever fantasies you want to be. But I mean, if that's something we got to talk about, it's going to be a little concerning. I'm going to let you know I'm a little concerned. But also, we can sit there and we can politic and we can do a therapeutic session. But just make sure at any given time that danger is coming about, because no judgment here. Is you okay? And am I okay? Is we safe? And if you tell me we safe, then we can carry on with whatever it is. But it's just like, just make sure I'm not, accomplished or guilty by association at any parts. But then, to avoid those things, like, hey, we're going to keep this here. It's certain things. That's how you know that you are really being paid attention to. That is the genuine definition of what it is, because I'm allowing you to be who you are without taking away what it is that you do. And somebody did not feel like what it was that they were doing or what someone else was doing was the right way, but it was justified to what it is of how they treated or did certain things. That's why you don't sit there and treat people like that. This can literally be tied to Nashville. This is where somebody could have got a hunter or a poacher from. Oh, good morning. Did I already speak to you? Good morning, Steve. Just don't be weird to me. I reply quickly. I was just in the middle of this. Yeah. Somebody from Virginia. Somebody could be from Ontario. And somebody could be from like Louisiana. Additives. Food additives. Or something about food irritant. Mm. One second. April 13th. Somebody tried to argue someone down about disruption or impeded an investigation or a pending investigation, and that the reason that they wanted something taken down or removed because it was impeding on something, and somebody sitting there like, no, it's not. It's like somebody trying to argue with the judge on the bench that get to make the decision, and it's like I'm just seeing somebody looking at the person. I know the hell you not sitting here trying to argue with us. It's like a big board meeting that could be going on. Somebody got a meeting today to around like 11:15, or between 11 and 3:15 today. And it's like somebody gonna be sitting there looking at a person. I know the hell you not sitting here trying to argue with me today. That's where somebody's going to end up, like something that could have went on and ended around May 1st to the 10th is getting expedited to like it could be here shortly at any given time. Let me just say before the month is out. It's supposed to have been done around March 15th. So now the thing in question, what was the delay? That's the whole question right now. Something could have happened in Tampa or a meeting location out in Tampa. Somebody definitely was meeting out in Tampa and Nashville. So Tampa and Nashville, there will be like a video conference. Now, why would a dentist be involved in something? Or somebody could be wanting to offer something, or that maybe there could have been something with a contract with a dental plan or a dental group, or somebody could be wanting to offer render services. Well, shit, if y'all render service, can y'all do my braces and stuff like that? Since y'all out here considering it and things. As long as you're not getting slick with certain stuff. Somebody got to be careful with that because somebody will want to render the service. And you know how, like, if you got to get, what is it called? Whenever they have to break the bone to remove the tooth, it's not like basically breaking the bone, but it's like they have to like cut out a section to get like certain teeth extractions or something. I think it's extraction, but whatever this is, it's like a person could want it to so this is where somebody could be hiring somebody from out of the country to come in because it's something like offering a service, but with the service or what it is that they're gonna do, it's like, well, if they felt like somebody was getting ready to go or a chance for them to witness program, they'll be able to still track the person. That's crazy, but it ain't unheard of. I'll be the first one to tell you because back in the day they was using the braces, but the GPS geographical system wasn't as advanced as it is when it got to like 2008 and 2015 is whenever they was able to get certain things to track it a little bit better. But anything before 2008, it was like they could track, but it's like zooming in to know exactly where the person was. They will be off by like anywhere. If they had to be within a mile radius, it was like 815 miles off, or 8.15 miles off or millimeters off to where the exact location was. So that was like before they was able to like subnet and track like the IP addresses and things like that, before they switched out the companies from like Virgin Mobile, Singular, Bell South and stuff like that. Before they was able to merge them out, they wasn't able to do the full subnetting and the was it Valcornet or something like that. When it came to the computer systems and the GPS systems, like it ran deep. It ran really, really, really deep. And then some of the patents, one of the GPS patents that they had that was based off of the NASA systems, is like a lot of people don't know is it's a clause or a deed that was given whenever Katherine Johnson from the system was given to her sorority group, and then the sorority and fraternity groups, they was able to keep it amongst them and then to give it to like the PHA Masons group. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I ain't gonna give no more information on that, but it's a true fact. It's a true fact. Do what you will, let the mind run. Somebody's like, hey, no, like I'm getting somebody ready to throw a phone across the room. Ain't no way, Mr. De Niro. It's like, what? Call it Creflo $50. But ain't no way in the De Niros of all the De Niros are you going to sit here and feel like that somebody is not fit to be swimming in those zeros. Splash waterfalls, they say. Good morning, Vanessa. Hey, sugar. Yeah. Somebody could be, when I say somebody is like livid right now, it's like I'm getting seething. Because somebody knows for a fact that there's also the deed or the patent with Benjamin Banneker. And then those who not know fully like certain theories, whenever it came to, there was a machine that was developed from, what's this person? Not Benjamin Franklin, but though Benjamin Franklin was one. But someone's like, don't say it, don't say it. I'll fine, I won't. But it's like certain type of things that will belong to certain groups and organizations that right there would be enough to tall tale to let you know exactly how deep certain things go. I was like, fine, 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 fine. I won't tell on everybody. I'm not bored yet. It's like, thank you, thank you. Like, don't tell on us. Don't tell on us. What? Because it's true. It's public knowledge. For now. Well, actually, they'll keep it there. Somebody's heart is ready to jump through their throat. Like, pick up your mouth. Good morning. Did you have your cup of coffee or a cup of tea? Somebody could be attracted to the brain. Like, there's a person that's going to be like, am I really into this type of thing? Or is it like, oh my gosh, what is it? You're okay. It's just a brain thing. It's a brain fart thing, a brain gasm. Just call it that. Like, it's no way. Someone's name is Wade or Wayne or Dwayne. Dweed. Dweeb. Somebody got like a Hebrew or a Jewish name or something like that. Halal. Somebody's from that community or something like that. Steve, why you being weird with me? You only gonna tell me good morning? Somebody's like, you called me? Somebody's going to be found that is like born 1970, 1975, 1974, 1979, or somebody born from 1963 to 1979 that basically put a tag on a person here that they did not mind playing the Grim Reaper. Like, they was ready to go down with this shit around November 15th. That's why something got real aggressive, or it's like it fell back to retract to go ahead and figure out what type of like strategy they can come up with. Something about September 15th, September 16th, or September 1st to the 16th. October, or what it is that they allowed to do on around October 5th to the 18th in the courthouse. So like the backpedaling is starting to make something that happened last year, this year look like more prevalent. Like, oh, this was what the intention was. So some of y'all somebody could have got told, like, if somebody's doing something with like child support or something like that, something with the name Trolley or Tolly or something like that. If it was something to do with child support, either somebody was trying to get off of it, get an adjustment, or avoid getting put on it. Like, somebody could have literally avoided it to be put on it due to the simple fact that it was like enough sufficient evidence to show that willing to participate in certain things, because this is where the grounds where certain parents, if you are a woman, please do not keep these kids from the father if the father is actually showing up, purchasing things and things like that, because some of these court systems are starting to take into consideration the fact that if you're keeping these kids away and the father is actually actively proving that they show up whenever, like, you're calling and they bringing certain things. So even if they're not giving you the money and they bringing the food, or if they showing up to the school and you're like, hey, I can't get the kid, and they're getting the kid, they're going to start to literally allow them to reduce either the child support or only just make them entitled. Like, if you run into an issue with the light, the water, they can sit there and do that. They can sub make up if you're coming short on the rent, but only up to a certain amount. Especially if you get in state assistance of any sort. Also, like, the only obligation if they're outside of the home or y'all not sharing joint custodies, it'd be like, when schools start every year. So school supplies may fall on you, or they alternate whenever it comes to school supplies. But if the person or the father is actively actually already doing that, they're going to make y'all as the mother seem like y'all sitting there withholding these people from not having these rights. And Florida has been one of them places where they've been trying to do that, but it was only based on because somebody was trying to avoid getting on child support themselves before they was trying to get the divorce. So, somebody was trying to help their friend out to do that, or this could have happened in Tennessee or something like that. But some of y'all got to be fully aware of that. Don't withhold these kids from those whose parents, the father is actually active. Don't do that. because it's like so many people losing out on licenses or losing out on the income for themselves to sustain for them to have a home or something like that. Also, fellas, don't be out here trying to be putting in the wrong information like they're doing this, because they're gonna start looking into actual reactive abuse. They're gonna start looking into that because some people be abusing it. So just look at whatever system this is, because somebody's like literally looking into something because something was like literally unjustified. Somebody was like, "What? I can what? Yeah, start asking your attorney. Your attorney can look into some of that." Because somebody's like, "So I could just do something so simple like this for child support." Yeah, just make sure. But most of the time, some states, I'm gonna be so hated after I say this. This gonna mess up and get child support. Like, man, unless the person is like deceased. But one thing for sure, and two things for certain: if you are a man and that child was born after like either 2003 or 2015, most states, like mass majority of the states, require you to sign the acknowledge a parental affidavit. And if you did not sign that, but you only signed the birth certificate, you can get out of the clause of anything pertaining to the child support, because you did not sign the acknowledgement of parental affidavit. You'll still have a ground to fight to get off of child support or not even be put on child support in the first place. So that just means either you'll have to outsource and pay, which it'll be smarter to pay out of your pocket for the actual DNA test and then get it certified and notarized. So all those fees, so whatever you pay for the DNA test, which you pay for the biggest package, then you pay for the notary, the signature, and the stamp and the seal. But you get the stamp and seal at the courthouse so they can verify, like you verify from the place where you got it from. Then you take it to the courthouse with the notary thing. You take all those documents, and when you go to the courthouse and you're able to prove that the child ain't really yours, and even though you signed the birth certificate, you get out of that, and that person have to pay you back all that money. So even if you sit there, and I feel like the limit on certain places in certain states is like $1,500 or $5,000, that person would literally have to reimburse you for that shit. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. Don't get upset with me. Don't be mad. Everybody got a right. Everybody got a right. If you are a mother and that happened to you and your baby father used the fact that you have mental health or whatever the case may be, unfit, whatever the case may be, or you went through a struggle or something like that, bad breakup, and wasn't nobody helping you, supporting you, those clauses come into effect as well. Because at that time, if you were sitting there, you made an agreement. That's why it's always important to either make that person communicate with you text messages or via email, or you use, whenever y'all not communicating, it's a parental app that will literally report back to the courthouse, because you can download it yourself. They use it during mediation, during court sessions, whenever you're doing court things and divorces. You can use that even when you're going through child support and things like that, where it can be a secure communication system to show that you're actively trying to communicate with things, and that keep documents so you can know that ain't no discrepancy in anything. So choose the side you want, do what it is that you will, but that'll also save you time and less money that you will have to pay with your attorney. Because if your attorney makes you charge you more than like 1,500 to 5,000, and the case is not as big, because once the kids get over a particular age, those kids can start speaking on like the comfortability of who they want to be with, and most of the time they use it between the age of 10 and 15. So yeah, yeah. Somebody's like, huh? What? Because they can tell if the child, because sometimes they'll bring in a psychology expert if they feel like the kid is being persuaded in any type of way. So those things do be taken into consideration, just to see if like somebody trying to persuade, whether you're the mother and you don't have the full support, but the father of the kids family is supported, but they enable the behavior or something like that. They're going to look into all of that. So I just want to make sure everybody get equal fair rights. Just do what's right in the first place. You ain't got to worry about it. Long as there was, my biggest thing, long as there was no type of domestic, verbal, mental, emotional, or financial abuse that it occurred in the situation, give everything a free chance. Get your emotions out of the situation. If there was not no verbal, emotional, physical, or financial abuse that occurred, let them people be there. Let the people be there. I know if it's a headache, you just figure out a better way for it to happen. Where if you gotta do secure type of communication, where it gotta be very much so sure, then do what it is that you have to do. But again, I'm not no attorney or nothing like that. I do not work for the court systems or nothing like that. I'm just telling you based on experience about what it is that I experienced, but about the best way or the strategy. But again, like I said, consult with an attorney, for legal purposes, so you can make sure that you getting what's right and due to you. Okay. So just look into your state, your obligations and situations. Yeah. Don't pray and worry. Somebody's name could be last name could be Moses. Somebody's name could be Moses or Mosley, Miguel, Camos. I ain't heard that name in a long time. Somebody could be from the Caribbean, the South, or something like that. Somebody is hoping that you don't figure out that they was a participant in something, and somebody you could be fully aware that they were. But it's like somebody is hoping that something that they do can make up for whatever they did towards you. It's like, I'm really for you. Like, I didn't mean to do that. They gave us the wrong information. Like, oh my gosh. It's like, do you think they know that it was me? I didn't get to meet them for real, but based on how you told me, I only talked to them via the phone. It's something that a person had said like 8 days ago or on the 15th that let somebody know that somebody was cloning or hacking a person's phone. If you're a woman, somebody do want to get somebody pregnant. It's like, telling people, oh, they can't get pregnant. Yeah, somebody can get pregnant. I don't know what this weird stuff is that somebody's circulating right now. Somebody could want to do that or is looking to get themselves pregnant. Somebody born in September. Oh, my nose. September, we got September, October. But it's like intentionally just to trap somebody. Somebody probably do that just to trap a person, like to make them stay. Also, someone could have a person wanting to offer or come in to collaborate in some sort of way. But however, someone be fully aware, discernment is important, but it's like, be aware of one of the people sending someone in is an older woman that could be like 50, between 52 to 56 years old, that wanted to send somebody in that they work with or aware of that stole something from you. So it'll be like a love bombing type of situation. Love Jones. Somebody's name could be last name Jones. Mystique. but somebody's last name is Jones. Somebody could be from Tuskegee. Somebody's name could be Tyreek or Tyron. But it's like genuinely for somebody, a situation like even though something's wrong, it's like people are genuinely interested. It's like it's up to a point where people gotta figure out, whatever it is. Somebody could also be confronted about certain things that they did or want to do, or a truth that was hidden at a point in time is starting to be revealed too. Somebody's name could be Michelle or Mitchell. It could be a first, middle, or last name. Choice is yours. You know your situation better. A restorative construction company. Chiropractor places fit to get raided. What y'all doing out here in these streets? Ain't none of my business. I made it clear. It ain't none of my business because somebody's like, can you elaborate? Nah, that ain't none of my business, player. That ain't none of my business. Something is about to be rebalanced, though. Somebody need to fully know that. Somebody's name could be Dakota. Or Nala. Or somebody could be from New Orleans. Because I was like, Nola. But it could be New Orleans, or somebody's name could be Nola or Lola. Lulu or Louisa. Suela. That is such a cute name. Who name is that? That is a pretty name. Suela. It's just the way that the name just Suela. Suelte. Buenos Aires. Somebody could be from Argentina. We made love in Argentina. Or somebody got a lot of friends that come from Argentina or live in Argentina. We got Argentina and Cuba in the building. A lot of people don't know Cuba got a really good medical system. I don't know why y'all keep coming in and coming out. Like your energy there, once you go ahead and probe the situation and the conversation coming up, it's like Beetlejuice. I see you. It's like you're here. Like discernment, right? Importance of speak good. We don't worry about the problems, right? It's like it's guilty conscience is kicking in. Don't feel guilty. Stuff happens. You participate without all the full information all the time. You're having a human experience. But it's like these people feel ill-informed. So it's like, why would you feel betrayed by being ill-informed, but you still took the action to do what it is? So it's like not technically wanted to be responsible for the action, but also at the same time like confused on how to take the action of being responsible for what was done. It happens. It's called a human experience. Y'all don't come over here to stress me out because y'all stressed out. If you sit here watching me and you stressed out, please just go regroup. Go listen to some good music. Drink water or your coffee. And mind your business. Don't be stressed out about something that you know clearly you can sit there and correct. Especially when you know you're more than able to correct it. Correct it. Don't delay something that you know that there's no reason to delay it. Someone's name could be Catherine, Catalea, or Mariah, or Myasia, Melinda, Yancy, Yancy, or Barbie, or Bella, Isabella, or Isa. Oh. Something happened 2 days ago, April 3rd to April 18th. Something about compromise. Somebody's name is Thomas. Tomas. 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 Leo. Leo. Leo or Leo. Or Leon. Leonardo or Leon. We got Kevin or Kavan or Cavante. Kenny, Kenneth, or Kavion. I did say Keontae, right? Maybe not, but Keontae. Leo Sadi or Leo Maris. Evelise or Evelise or Evelyn. Somebody needed to know, I don't know what this is about. However, your secret is safe with me. Someone knows exactly what that means. Your secret is safe with me. Pristine. Or the name is pristine, or the name Christine. Christy. Your secret is safe with me. Or what somebody did to someone with that name. Junie B or Julie B. Somebody's name could be Juju. Julius or Julian. Your secret is safe with me. Here the name Bebo, Puma, or Pito. Peter, Carissa, Someone is someone is seeing like full awareness of a truth. Somebody was telling the truth. This could be tied to a medical group about something that happened around June to July 16th. Someone was telling the truth. The evidence is in a medical record of a copy that was sent in, and it was like, see, this is really happened. I don't know if it's like something that either somebody made from gestation of 3 weeks to 16 to 19 weeks, but for somebody it was like literally like at 16 weeks. And then it's like, well, at that gestation, especially if you're not fully aware of something there, especially if you're a woman and it passes through your body, you didn't know it was there, you probably wouldn't paid attention to it. Like it'll be easy to miss it. Like you're using a bathroom or something like that, and you just don't pay attention to it. But it's like something about proof and evidence being there. And the ones that concealed it, something about July, November, and September. These three people were the ones that was trying to conceal it with the hope that they had more of the group in the pool of the certain people that they work with to keep this going. Because I'm hearing someone may have convinced someone, oh, they're a dimwit or ditzy, or they don't get along with doing with the things that we, get into. But somebody gonna find out something about July, January, or May were the ones that lace something. Somebody's name could be Lacey or Macy, or somebody works in the Macy's, or they gave the person like a huge gift card or access to do something in Macy's. A Macy's surveillance camera, meetup. Uh-oh. Somebody born in February. March 3rd, or they felt like that they was going to celebrate because they was going to be able to get their initiation, or the group meeting would have been about somebody making it to the 33rd degree around March 16th. But I'm getting it's getting removed because they're seeing who was who within the next 36 hours. The truth about money that belonged to someone that someone was trying to take to hide, and also bury some evidence about what it is. Barrington, or somebody's name is Barry, or Harrington. So it's like you can relax now because ain't no way. Like somebody's ex-spouse is still going to be found to be like stalking or hacking somebody or doing something with some people from a city or a state. It could be like up to 5 to 11 cops that somebody, if you're a deputy, you're it's like a deputy finding somebody doing something from a PD. It's definitely a deputy catching some people that work for the PD doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. I don't know if this just so happened to be by chance or something like that, but it's like, or it's just like somebody's intuition go off. It's just like, well, just by chance, I know it's something that if you're a deputy, you might end up getting some paperwork or something like that, or some information come across to you. And when it come across to you, it's going to be like, well, let me just look into this or this person or this situation. And as soon as you do, bro, oh my goodness. Or it could be something with telephone or something like that. Because I know most sheriff department, police departments can get the access. It's like finding somebody doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. Or somebody is literally out of state lines and they have zero jurisdiction to be somewhere in someone's state. Like somebody is in a state doing something they ain't supposed to do. Like they did not get the clearance from either the city, the state, or the county that they're in. It's like the evidence will show because it's like It's like it's somebody that could be saying, I'm being followed, or are these people sitting here following me around, they're doing this, or somebody could be talking about NPCs or something like that. And it's like literally I'm just seeing somebody like, don't worry about it. We see them. It's about, for somebody, about 420 people that ain't supposed to be somewhere. And it's like 4 to 20 people that they belong to a whole complete, like 4 different states. It's like, well, they didn't get no, because I'm getting somebody upset because they could be in somebody's county or jurisdiction, and it's like they did not come clear something with either a sheriff department or a police department. It's something that didn't get cleared, but also somebody else went on ahead and participated and didn't notify the other people, because it's like, well, if something blows up and it goes out of proportion, how can I be able to respond quickly if you're not telling me? And by the time that we do, certain things can, you know what I'm saying, it could be too many casualties, or it could be too much chaos or something like that. But I'm getting like, by the grace of the Most High, or whatever it is that you believe in, by the grace of God, like if you ain't a believer, you're gonna be made a believer, because it's gonna be something that's gonna happen, that somebody's intuition that's gonna go off, that's gonna literally take action. Because somebody come over here all the time, you're not of God. How you gonna call me not of God? And you sit here doing something more hateful and more heinous, and you sitting there allowing it to go on versus the right thing. Me as a person, I might not be a person to go to church, but I got enough common sense. If I hurt somebody and somebody hurting, and I know they struggling, and I got money or something like that, I don't care if I don't even have money. If I got the clothes or the supplies or enough food, I'm gonna be enough to know that, hey, they might not accept, but I'm gonna knock on the door and make sure I leave some food at their door. I'm going to knock on their door to make sure that they get the clothes that they need, and make sure that it's still brand new, whatever it is that they may need. I ain't got to be in the church to make sure to make common sense about certain things to make right. But however, if I have the money, I can make sure that they get what it is that they need. This would be somebody, you ain't of God. I got God enough in me to know that, hey, if somebody needs somebody to cheer them up and talk to them, hey, you looking sad today, I'll talk to you. Y'all ain't even got it in you, sitting there talking about, oh, they brought him to God, let me run away. Like, that's how you know your demons is irritated. Somebody got some real demons. Like, if any person that ever get on my line and you talking about you deal with church and you running off, your demons is getting real irritated. Because I know I mean nothing but good for certain people. The right people will sit here and listen and understand, like, you got to come from here. What's in you got to be in you, not on you. But when it's in you and on you, now you right there a triple threat, baby. Somebody could be wanting to go get beignets. Now I don't know where you're gonna find some beignets at. Not out here in Florida, but I know Louisiana. It might be some people that could be trying to, like, oh well, I don't want to take the fall. There's some people that are gonna take the fall for it, bro. It's like, can I get y'all guys to still do this? Like, somebody been doing something for the last 6 days, and it's like, it's just bringing more heat or more, like, eyes to it. Yeah, something's about to switch up. But for somebody, seriously, by the grace of the Most High, it is something that's gonna literally come in. That's gonna make you look up something. When you look, it's like somebody to be 45 hot. Something about car mechanics or something like that. Somebody need to change their spark plugs in their car. Especially if you got something with a 2004 or a 2021 vehicle. If it's not, it's the diffuser box. Check your fuses. Or somebody could have got somebody that work on cars that did this to somebody's car and messed it up. crush. Somebody name could be Jordan. Somebody could be a nurse. Pediatrics or a teacher or an instructor. Daycare teacher. All right. No rush. All right, sugar plums. I'm going to leave that right there. I'll be back. So, what time is it? Nurse. Anyways, beautiful souls. Get up. Well, maybe get up or lay down. I don't know. Whichever one comes first. But somebody could find out. Somebody got a crush on them. I'll catch y'all guys later.